All right, class, welcome again. This is part 2 of Google Sheets, and you're seeing my screen share right now, and you can see the 2 days I teach right on my calendar. Yesterday was a holiday for some, but anyway. Again, just to reiterate, double click here, take it full screen, go to the 9 dots, go down to Sheets, and you should see the untitled spreadsheet from last time. So open that untitled spreadsheet, and the first thing we need to do is let's title it. So let's call it a spreadsheet lesson, and then we'll hit enter. And then perhaps you can star it as well, and it will put it in your favorites. So the first thing we should do is probably fill in the rest of the cells, and some of you did later in the day. But let's go ahead and go October 7th, let's go October 5th, and call that good. All right, so now we have this setup. So one of the other things I want to work on with you guys is how you take a file and duplicate it essentially, make a copy. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go File, Make a Copy, and you can say share it with the same people, copy comments, or include resolve comments, but I'd like us to do none of these things. And I'd like you to come in here and change the name from Spreadsheet Lesson to Spreadsheet Lesson 2024 and make a copy. So this copy will just be on your local system here. And what I'd like you to do now is go in and share it to CS student only. Just CS student, computer student, that's it, okay? No one else, computer student. And you can write me a little note if you'd like. Oh, and make me an editor, decent point. Not just a viewer or a commenter, but a full editor. And we'll play with this feature a little bit more later. But for now, let's continue on our path.
And Raptors.
Boom.
Ignition.
Holy crap.
So one of the other things that we can do is we can do things like sorting. So to sort, there's a couple ways to do it. Here's the way that I'd like you to do it this time around. And that is select, including the header row, all of the information you want to sort. Then you have the ability to come over here and say, create a filter. And within that filter, you can then sort by things. Over here, we can sort by date. So we can sort A to Z, which what that does is that changes the dates from October 1st, 5th, 7th, and 9th. Likewise, you can take those and sort them the opposite direction. And once you're here, if you didn't like how it turned out, you can hold down Command or Control Z and undo, Z again and undo, and you're back to the original document. So that's one way to do some sorting. Also, what we can do is we can create a chart. So that's what we'll do today. So what you would do is you would say insert a chart down here, and then what it will do is very quickly just grab the information and create a spreadsheet for you. So income and expenses, it looks like it's grabbing, let's see, 400. Oh, these are individuals. Okay. So boom, boom, boom. So over here on the right-hand side, you can see the range. Click in the range and take a look at it. So we've got B2, which is B2 up here, down to B8, which is down here. So the first thing I might want to do is take this errand 100 out. So that's out now, and it made the chart a little different. Let's go back over to the information on the right. And again, to get there, there. You double click on the chart and it brings up the information on the right. So let's click up here, and that's going to be, chart style, where is it, series, legend, setup. So this is a little different than when I learned this, but that's okay. There's a lot of functionality over here in setup and customize. So then we go from D2 to E8. So E8, D2.
And they got to tell the kids. The launch happened. If you want to come see the chopsticks, it's going to be like 2 minutes. 2 minutes in the chopsticks, probably, maybe 5. But it launched.
To here. So within this chart, you can do things like apply different formatting. So you have fill color auto, you can change it to purple, for example, line color, etc. Income, and then expenses, same thing, you can change that to burnt tile, and that'll change the color right there as well. This chart is something you can make larger and smaller. So boom, boom, you click on it, you get the buttons, the blocks on the outside, and that allows you to change the size, larger and smaller. So that's very good. Now another thing we can do is we can come in here to line 6, right click and say insert row below. Boom. And what that does is that inserts a row, and as we did before, it'll maintain the formatting. So if we come in here and say October 4th, and we say sale of Minecraft licenses, what it does is it adds that to the chart automatically, and we can say $400 here, and boom, all of a sudden we have a new entry in the chart.
There it goes. Okay. I guess that's good enough footage. We'll see the replays.
Wow.
Wow, that's so freaking awesome.
Performing a go for the cash now. Okay, 2 things. There's 2 things on your screen. There, the booster has turned around and it's lit its engines again. It's coming back home, it looks like.
Oh man.
And this is the moment where they actually will commit. This is the moment where they make the first call. Are they going for a catch? They're looking at everything. The booster looks to me like it's coming this way. Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm building spreadsheets, I keep the last row formatted properly, but I might not have anything in it. And one way to do that, and you guys can try this as well, is grab this row and say Control D, copy down, and then that puts all the formatting into that lower row. Then come back to it and erase it, and now it reformats the chart. But now if you come in and you say insert 1 row below, you're adding new rows to the data, but you're maintaining the format, and it'll also stay within the chart. So now we can say, October 5th, expense of software, $500, and now we have a new chart. Now, I will say what's interesting about this is that this shows expenses positive. Let's do this. Let's go -100, and let's go -500. And now you can see how the expenses offset, from a cash flow point of view, the revenue of the company. So that's another way to potentially represent a chart, and we can work more on this information over here. Let's go ahead and remove the bottom average, and let's take these averages and totals and let's make them a little fancier by making them bold. And maybe we bump the font up too. One thing I like to do at this point is come over and select all on the entire spreadsheet and just give it a double click, and then that resizes all of the columns. And what we might want to do is make the date a little bit bigger. From here we can also select the date and come down a ways, and let's change the format. So we go into date format, you go number, you go down to date down here, or you go to custom date and time. So let's go to custom date and time, and let's take a look at all the options. And I'm thinking this one right here might be nice, and we'll just apply that to all. And now we have a new format for the date altogether. You can come back up and resize that as well. So let's...
We're coming up on that landing burn.
Yep. Come on, Booster Abby. Super Abby, you can do it. Look at this.
Why is it so red underneath?
That's 6.5 minutes. That is.
Is that just,
so
it's so,
fast.
oh snap. Oh, here's your burn.
Ignition.
Okay. What,
That's the third.
dude, back. Oh. Oh. freaking unbelievable.
No.
Ha! Oh, dude.
The first try.
How did they do that?
That was so.
Bottom.
Let's go back and let's reorganize this data by a certain time period. So I'm going to say, oh, here's another way to do it too. You can go data, sort sheet, sort range, and then do advanced range sorting. And this says, okay, the data has a header row, which then makes right now it's going to sort it by column, the column top. But if you add data has a header row, then it shows you sort by, and it's going to sort by that date. I'm going to cancel out of this because I want to make sure that we've selected the entire chart. It looked like we might not have. Backup, format, number, custom time and date. Oh, we already did that. Sorry. Come back up, data, sort range, advanced range sorting options, add header row. Boom, now it shows you. So you can decide here to sort by date, by name, by income, by expenses. So we can do it, for example, by income, and we sort it. Now all of a sudden the chart shows a growth pattern or a growth representation instead of just being organized in other fashions. Same thing, go back up, data, sort range, advanced range sorting. Let's sort it by, data has header rows, and let's sort it by date. Here we go, A to Z, and there's a timeline version of the stats and the information. So that's probably a good